Welcome to Break a Wish, the podcast where all your dreams come true, but with terrible, ironic consequences. I'm your host, Maddox Campbell. On each show, we take a magic wish and try to come up with the perfect ironic cost. The idea is that knowing the wish's cost, it'd still be a tough call whether you take that wish or not. Last week we had, your cats can talk, but they still can't understand you. We had 60% accept this wish on Twitter, and 75% reject this wish on our Facebook discussion group. Some people love cats. Some people just don't want to have a one-sided conversation with a famously narcissistic creature. For this week, our wish is a modest dream that still feels so unattainable by many, myself included. Karen Hainstock on Facebook wished for a stable career as a writer. I sit down with Shannon Lahaie and Griffin Toplitsky to discuss the easiest way to make a living wage in the arts. Use magic. All right, we got another wish to go through today. Another wish that needs a cost to be broken down.
I'm so tired about it already.
It's a business. It's an important business that we do.
Oh, we got another wish. All right. Let's see what it is.
All right, we got a wish that we got to go through today. I'm so jazzed up for it. And joining me today, we got Griffin Toplitsky.
Checking in.
And Shannon Lahaie.
Yo, yo, yo.
I am dropping this voice now. And the wish we are going through is, I wish to have a stable career as a writer.
Yeah, me too. What's the wish?
It's true. A lot of our listeners may not be as in industry as ourselves, so they may not realize, oh, that's a really hard thing to pull off. Normally, writers end up having like a bunch of other side jobs, waitressing, or what else? What else do writers
Brand ambassador work.
Brand ambassador work, yeah, handing out samples
I'm
on the
a
street.
movie star just to pay the bills.
Just on the side, yeah, you may end up having to direct feature-length films.
Yeah.
What a grind, man.
Eventually, I'll get paid for my writing.
Yeah.
So we're saying Genie can come along, grant you a stable career as a writer. You will definitely be able to support yourself. You no longer have to worry about that, and your primary source of income will be as a writer. What is the ironic cost to go with that? I'm going to start with Shannon this time.
Okay. Okay. So can I ask, the income is you can support yourself.
Yeah.
It's not like you're like, buying 2 boats with this money.
No. I mean, that's not guaranteed. You're
It's not guaranteed. I mean, depending
stable.
on how you invest it, I'm sure.
If you get really good at writing,
yeah.
But
basically you're making a relatively like middle of the ground income, like you're paying all your bills like that. It's that sort of thing. You're not like stinking rich. Okay.
You're definitely above the poverty line.
Yeah. Okay.
Based on writing alone.
What I think of immediately is that it's a soul crushing job though. Like in terms of what you've got to write about. Like, do you know in the book 1984 how that guy, he has the job where he's like writing the made up stories?
He's writing propaganda.
Yeah, he's right.
The Newspeak.
Yeah, exactly.
Newsletters.
That's what the writing job is.
So specifically like propaganda for a terrible regime.
Well, it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be that extreme, but that's just what came to mind immediately. But I imagine it's a writing job. It's stable. It's every day, but like you're writing copy for the most mind-numbing stuff. Like it's not creatively stimulating.
Yeah, there's no guarantee here. We said stable career as a writer. We didn't guarantee that this was creative writing.
No.
Yeah.
You just have a job where you are putting words on a paper.
I would like you to be, if you could, be as specific as possible though. If you do want to make it like government propaganda, or do you want it more like, was it like?
I guess I don't want to make it as evil as government propaganda.
But like maybe like just legal copy or something.
Yeah, like you're like
legal copy,
or like transcribing court scripts.
Like news blotter maybe, but in a small town where there's nothing salacious in the news
going on. It's just
BuzzFeed
Irma's
top
cat
5
died. Yeah, no, I feel like even BuzzFeed top 5 list is too exciting.
Okay.
Too exciting. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's like I think it's got to be Irma's cat. It's or writing just boring.
Yeah,
it's a boring job, but it's stable.
Okay,
and it's a writing job.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good cost. Griffin, do you have a alternate theory?
My question is on the same thread as Shannon's first question, but the other way. When you say stable career, does that include indentured servitude?
I mean, I would say
that is a stable career.
I think it's sort of, you're stuck in it if you choose to remain as a writer. If you choose to keep with the wish, So if you want to keep the income, we'll say don't immediately become a slave. So if you decide I don't want the stable career as a writer anymore,
yeah, you can quit and leave my like laundry room.
Yeah, and
I'm making you write pamphlets.
You lose the magic of the stable career if you choose to not be a writer.
Okay, but stable career could mean.
Yeah, you have to write grocery lists in someone's laundry room. Is that what you were proposing?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even think of grocery lists.
Or like, yeah.
No, I was just in terms of like maybe it isn't an income, but it's like a board and meal. Does that count as a stable career?
I don't think that would be quite enough. No, I think it would be like at least to the poverty line. Like you have a career, like we're saying career, not job, and there's an important distinction between those two words.
I was just about to say that. I'm like, so we're talking career. We're talking about like people will look at your resume of credentials and
you could list it on a resume.
Yeah,
of credentials.
you could list it and submit. And when making submissions for the writing packages that you send out, it'll stand out on there as something.
Now,
But
if you
it's the
work
day-to-day.
in my laundry room writing grocery lists, you could say personal assistant to Maddox Campbell.
I can spend that.
Yeah, you can spin it.
I'm a writer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love your Irma cat story.
Thank you. They found her, by the way.
The cat?
Yeah.
Or Irma?
Both.
You just made a reference to something I don't know.
Irma the cat.
Irma's the cat. Died in this small town that you're writing news in.
Irma's cat, who's also named
Okay.
Irma. Small town.
no.
Yeah, I know. Irma's just a card, right? She never had any children. Always dreamed of naming them after herself. Yeah. So Irma's cat went missing, and Irma found her. It was great. And
Well,
then we
not
found
good
Irma.
news.
Is that the end of the story?
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff you'd write about.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you would write about.
In Shannon's scenario.
In my scenario.
I feel tormented by it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, I've brought this up on a couple other wishes that we've had before. I always worry about making a wish that's too much of torturous to other people. Mm-hmm. And the story that you just relayed to me, I feel it might be dangerous to have out in the world just for people
For people who
to be able to read.
to be able to read about Irma. Like, you
and
think
the
that'll
cat.
upset them?
It upset me.
Yeah.
I'm not a very pro-cat person, though.
The truth is upsetting.
I'm known to be anti-cat.
Oh, man, you and I are going to fight.
Oh, is that known?
It is a known thing.
Oh, man, I'm known to be a very big cat person.
Pro-cat, yeah.
Oh, pro-cat is an understatement.
And I'm neutral.
You're neutral on cat?
Take him or leave him.
Taking no.
And at the end of this podcast, you're going to vote on whether you like cats or not.
Oh, you have to. Okay, well, you guys are going to have some pretty compelling arguments then over the course of the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, you met my cat.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
She
Maddox.
was great.
I didn't meet the cat.
Your argument is that you didn't meet Shannon's cat.
I
your
have an
loss.
innate prejudice against the entire species. I would say it probably ain't that great.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. So I'm talking to a racist and someone whose cat I've met.
Speciesist? That's a little bit... is it worse? It might be worse.
So
Let's move on back to the
you
wish.
Can't, it's not indentured servitude.
I wouldn't say indentured servitude, yeah.
Okay.
So what would you say would be a cost?
What's another cost then? A stable career as a writer. It's ghostwriting. No one knows it's you. You can't put it on a resume. It's a career, but like no one would ever.
Yeah,
know.
you get paid, but you can't take
And not
any
only
credit.
that, but if you try and take credit, they will deny it.
So it's not true, because ghostwriting, you can say that you were a ghostwriter on something.
Yes, but it's
But
ghostwriting
you're
that they will never admit to.
So completely uncredited writing. You're getting paid,
You're getting paid. It's a career.
but you can never say that you did it.
never say you did it.
And just
So-
to clarify, there are no actual ghosts involved in this.
Actually, to clarify, there are 3 ghosts
okay.
involved in this.
But they're invisible and silent, so we don't know.
2 of them.
Two of them,
Two
okay.
of them. And it also depends on whether...
And then the ghost of Irma's cat.
Yeah, I was going to say Irma's cat. Yeah.
So she dies? If you had
Irma's
included...
cat dies.
Irma's
That was
cat
established
dies,
in
yeah.
the headline of the article.
Irma,
You said
dead
she went
cat
missing.
found. Yeah,
Oh,
the cat-
okay.
and then she found it.
I heard the cat found. I missed the dead part. So
It was implied.
I thought maybe... You made it more of a happy story for me because I'm, again, anti-cat,
All right,
adamantly.
again, we're going to fight.
You know, fight.
And I don't know who I'm going to fight yet.
Yeah. So so we got terrible stuff you have to write, no accreditation for it.
Spooky ghost.
I'm going on a slightly different direction as well. I'm going to say you lose the ability to speak and you can only write.
Whoa.
And you can only write like if you tried to write a grocery list, it comes out as like a sonnet of your groceries. All you can do is write quality work.
So you write beautifully,
Oh, you write great. And
but
it's
you
artistically
can never
pleasing.
speak to anyone.
But you can't speak
Are
with
you
words.
silent or does like a noise come out like or something like that to that effect?
Yeah, let's refine this noise.
What was that noise meant to signify?
Trying to speak, but being unable.
Being unable to. Okay. I'm not going to make anyone make that sound, but sure, you can kind of make sounds. Just you can't form a conversation. You can't form a language. There's the only language you have is the language of writing, and you always write something
Can you
that
scream?
is worthy of publishing.
No, that's a valid question though. Can you
And
scream?
does
Can
it
you
sound
scream?
like?
No, but it's a valid question. Like,
yeah, that's
Because
if
you're
you're in
worried about
danger.
danger.
if you're in
yeah.
danger, yeah.
I'm going to say no. But you can write
You
on
can
the-
write
on something
Echoes.
nearby.
Echoes. Your neighbors are pounding on the wall telling you to keep it down.
Yeah. You
Could
just
I write loudly?
If you can scratch real hard, yeah, I guess you could still pound against a wall.
Great.
You can still make noise, just
Oh,
you
just
just
not
not speech, no language. Yeah.
Can I sing?
Can you sing now, Griffin?
Not at all.
Then
So
no.
I'm hoping that your wish grants me
It does
the
not.
power to
It
sing.
does not. You are going outside the bounds.
So basically, you can't communicate vocally.
Yeah.
For the most part.
No vocal language, only written language. But it's all great.
So you walk into a store and you just need to pick up your prescription. You have to write down like, "Blessed be Sir, I bequeath upon thee."
Wow, that is good writing.
To that quality
Yeah.
all the time.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You should read my story about the cat.
I would be,
What is the first sentence of Irma's cat?
A woman alone after years of companionship finds herself standing on a dock.
That is good.
I'm filled with interest. I'll be honest. That is very intriguing. There's a lot of tension built in that. Yeah. And the cursed person could write like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. They could. No one's reading it because it's like in a small town newspaper that no one wants to read, and like you hate your job. But yeah.
But
Well, you get
so
to write
your
them.
You're getting
job is
paid. You're
never
getting paid.
specified in your scenario. You could be doing like writing the screenplays you want to write or whatever.
If you're a decent writer, if you have some decent ideas anyway, because you're going to write well. If you have some decent ideas, you could actually get more than your stable career.
I'm
if it's good stuff.
gonna jump in because you're saying if you write decent enough. So if you don't write decent enough, you're still guaranteed this stable career. The idea is just your work never goes anywhere.
Yeah, so you're definitely getting paid a stable career. I'm saying like you always have to write as if you're writing something. So if you have some natural talent, you might be able to get better than that minimum amount of like a stable career.
Right.
Because I don't think the wish should hamper you of having aspirations to try to write better.
No, I don't think so either. I'm just trying to figure out what is the stable career that they're starting at. What's the starting line? Like, what are they being paid?
yeah,
to
that's
do?
a good
I'd say
idea.
like just above the poverty line. Which
No, but like
I
what
don't know.
is the
What-
job?
for you?
Oh.
What is the I know what the cost is. What is their stable? What are they? What's
What
the
are they
work?
writing?
Yeah,
Because they are granted the stable career immediately.
Right. I think they'd have some leeway. Whatever they write, enough of it will get picked up freelance.
Wow.
That they will
Okay.
get a stable career.
So basically, anything they write and put out there, enough
Enough of it gets picked up.
it gets picked up, guaranteed, in order to as long as they produce.
As long as they produce enough. And it might not be the stuff they like the best that gets picked up. Like they don't have control over that, but some of it will, and they will get a stable career.
Okay.
That's
Like maybe
really-
So
the
they have a-
idea they cared about, like the idea that's like based on their family and their origins, no one wants to touch it. But then they write something that's like a story about a cat and an old lady who lost her cat, and they don't personally like it, but it came out pretty good prose. Gets picked up by a local paper, great royalties on it, stable career.
Okay. So do they have a minimum they have to for you? Do they have a minimum they have to write each week then? Because what you're saying, if they generate like 5 scripts, you're saying it's possible that only 3 will get picked up.
Yeah.
So it's not like they can just write 3 and be like, well, all 3 of these are just going to get picked up. They
Yeah.
at least have to write a minimum amount of
Yeah,
things.
they still got to put in
see.
like the hours of a full-time job, basically. They got flex hours. They can pick when they write.
Oh yeah. You
But you
wake
gotta
up,
put
you
the
have a
time in.
coffee, maybe watch a show,
Yeah,
and then you get going.
yeah. You can write in your pajamas. You can write in your bed. You can write with people around or solo. Your choice.
You can talk all day.
You can't talk. That was the cost. Was you cannot speak
can't
normally.
Nice try though.
I thought I'd sneak it
You
in.
thought you could sneak me? No, I'm not going to get caught on this one.
Okay.
That's good.
See,
Okay.
mine is because I agree with people should be able to pursue their thing. Because mine is like the work is boring. You're working for, let's say, like a small town newspaper where nothing is happening. It's not fun or particularly creatively fulfilling work. But you can put it on a resume, and if you trek enough outside of that on your own stuff, that the hope is if that you'll have enough credentials in that to help push the rest of your career. Like that is possible outside of mine, but if the wish is just for a stable career, the job is just this boring job. But if you want like the
You can do extra outside the wish.
'cause
Yeah.
They could do extra, but they would still have to put in like 40 hours a week at something they hate.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then still have enough creative juices in them to write something they want.
yeah, welcome to the grind.
Well, the grind is hard.
It's a hard grind, yeah, but you're
hard
getting
to have
paid
that energy.
But you're not waiting tables.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's better or worse though. Like, I feel like sometimes when you're doing something that is almost what you want to do,
It takes away that energy that you would have.
it takes the energy you have to be creative in that same vein, but then it doesn't fulfill your want to be creative, and it's like worse.
Yeah, that's why it's the catch. That's the catch.
It's called The Cost.
No, I'm saying catch. I'm starting a new podcast called The Catch.
No.
It's hosted by me
Not
and
Catch
Irma's
a Wish.
cat.
Irma's cat's dead.
Yeah, it's the ghost of Irma's cat. She's the one ghost that's loud.
Oh, that's okay. That's fair.
God.
My podcast is the other two ghosts.
Okay, so we're going to move on now to deciding. So we have to pick one of these three that we think we like the best. So Shannon was the one that it's your main job is a terrible soul-sucking career. Griffin's was you get no attribution. It's not in your name. No one will ever know that it was you.
But it's career, it's fulfilling career-wise. Like, it's like you're doing, because if you're ghostwriting, I just want to clarify this point. Are you saying the cost is no one knows you've written stuff, but you get to do really exciting work, but no one knows you did it?
Yeah, if you're, I'm not saying that it's necessarily boring stuff, but it also might not be interesting. If what you're interested in is, say, like doing the ghostwriting for this person, whatever the job is.
Yeah, I think that falls under the same type of thing of whatever you write, enough of it will get picked up that you have a stable career, and whether it's good or not will be based basically on whether you're good. Kind of.
You'll maintain this job as a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, you've got
Don't
the
worry
job.
about getting fired.
But in terms of like, does the stuff you produce, is it good to you? Like, do you feel good about the quality of your work? I think that's
it's up to you if
not
you want to
guaranteed.
put in the work. Yeah.
That's not
But
guaranteed.
you have opportunities
Yes.
that are exciting. Mine, you have no exciting opportunities.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that with mine, you get nothing.
No.
I think yours is the only one breaking that. Like ours, it's basically based on your own personal skill, whether what you write is good to you, whereas yours is, it's not.
I don't know. If you want to write about an old woman finding her cat,
What is the second sentence?
the dock was broken. And at the end used to stand her cat. Where is it now?
Oh, for a second there, I was worried because it felt like you had resolved all the tension, but then the cat was gone.
I think the cat broke that dock.
Yeah.
You have to read the full
Spoiler.
article to
Yeah,
find
spoiler.
out. So go to
spoiler, it's speculation.
www.irmascat.org/881/cat.
Yeah, that's a real domain that checks out. So yeah, so we got soul crushing job, no attribution, and then mine is you can't speak normally. You lose your voice. Do we have anyone that we feel like is the best cost? What are we leaning, guys?
I like yours.
Yeah?
I like
You
that. Here's the thing, because I don't think it's good, but I think it's maybe what would make me pause and consider the most. Like I feel like that's an
interesting.
evenly
That is what we're
weighted
trying
wish.
to do on this. Yeah.
I truly believe that like I don't have one way or the other or know what I would choose with yours, and I think that's what you want.
It is. That is exactly what this show is about.
Then by this show's rules, I have to vote for your cost.
Okay.
That's interesting. By those same rules, I would vote for Griffin's because the idea is like, oh, cool. I could like write these biographies for these amazing people and their lives, and then no one will ever believe I did.
Okay.
So
And
you
that-
wouldn't know
So
whether you'd
I
want to take
think-
it or not.
Exactly, because I'm like, look at these opportunities, but also like, but I'd want people to know it was me.
yeah.
But maybe I could just do it and be satisfied with the work, but then everyone would love it, and I'd be like, I wrote on that. They'd be like, no, you didn't, and that would drive me crazy. Like I am having that struggle with that one.
The
Oh, I
tiebreaker
gotta-
between me and you.
Me and you and
Yeah.
myself. Oh, that makes it seem like
Either
See, I was-
you're a gracious host or you're a jerk. I don't know.
Yeah, well, see, what I was going to bring up is that like Shannon's want for your wish makes her seem vain, but then if I pick my own, then I seem vain. Am I pointing out her vanity, or am I taking it myself?
How's it vain to want Griffin? Oh, because I want to.
'Cause you want a legacy?
recognition. I see. I want the recognition of it. Well, I mean,
I don't know if that's vanity.
I think that is the definition of vanity.
to want recognition for work that you've done.
To need it, I guess. Yeah, to need the recognition rather than to be happy with your own personal works and to feel like you've put something good into the world and be satisfied with yourself and your contributions to humanity? Or does it need to be known? Does everyone need to praise you for the good work you've done? That feels like the definition of vanity.
Okay,
I never
good.
said anything about praise, to be fair. I just said, like, I want to be able to be like, I did that. And people to be like, I believe you.
Okay. Would you feel that same way if the work was shitty?
Well, I feel
Would you
like,
want to take credit for it? If people would be like, oh, don't worry, at least you didn't write that. And you'd be like, no, I did write that. It's important you know I wrote that shitty thing that you think is terrible.
I think we're getting into like a world truth of, I think every single person wants people to recognize good work that they've done and not notice bad work that they've done. I think that's just a truth among all things.
I think it's a truth that everyone has that, but I think it is a difference in different people whether that's the most important thing. Like, I think a lot of people would say, like, I don't care if I get a recognition for it as long as I really like what I write. And some people would be like, I don't care if I get recognition for it or even if I like it, as long as I think it's helping people or having a good effect. I think some people, and I don't know if I'm the good enough person. I think I have some vanity in myself, but I think I have met people out there who seem genuinely lacking in vanity. They seem to just be happy that other people liked their thing.
Yeah.
They're better than all of us. I'm not saying I'm good.
Yeah, I'd want my name on stuff.
I want my name on stuff.
I really do like my name.
That's me.
Maddox Gamble?
Yeah, I like it. Come on.
2 first names, man.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 last names. You mean?
It's both.
That's 2 both.
First names and 2 last names.
name.
No, I know a guy with first name Campbell.
Oh my God.
And I know one guy with the first name Maddox.
Is it me?
It is you.
Oh, it's me.
Look at that.
You're the Maddox, not the Campbell.
Okay.
Is your name going to be on this podcast?
I mean, not like in the title of it, but in
We've
the
said
credits.
it like 5 times.
Yeah,
though.
it's going to come up a lot.
Oh,
Okay.
pretty vain.
It's going to be at the top and the tails, and when people mention me in the middle, they need to know.
And will that feel good that you're getting recognition for this podcast?
You can always edit out. You know.
Again, I never said I was a good person. I just want to believe that there are good people out there in the world that lack this vanity. But okay, you've guilted me enough. Let's go with Griffins.
And I don't care for cats. Dogs are much better.
Yay!
All right. Well, that blew up in my face.
So,
This was a disastrous episode for you.
let's move it straight to Shannon then. That's the deal. The deal is you get a stable career in writing.
Oh,
But
our wishes are granted.
Yes, they are granted. Your wish is granted, Griffin. You get a stable career as a writer, but no one will ever know it was you. Do you still take this wish?
I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, I feel like ultimately yes, but I feel like it would really suck.
I feel like we just had a huge argument on this point, and then you still went that way with it? But no, fair. Like, no, take your opinion.
Well, I mean, what I said was like, I do have that pause though. Like it does, like, just like with yours, I also have that pause. I don't know if I would take it because I don't know. I wasn't necessarily saying that I absolutely wouldn't. I don't know. Griff, were you saying you absolutely wouldn't take Maddox's?
No, I was saying that it was very tough to choose between the 2.
Yeah, I was having the same struggle.
Yeah, I think we got very close with both of them. I think, we're going to go with Griffins because we have to pick one that's... I made a show with the format. We got a format to this show. Maybe we'll revisit things later. I don't know. We're still experimenting here. But, yeah, we have to pick one of them. I think Griffins was the one we're just going to edge on as being slightly better. Mm-hmm. And you said, yes, you would take this one?
Yeah, ultimately I would end up taking it. But I think it would be a struggle. I think it would be a real struggle because it feels like a Groundhog Day situation where it's like
Where's the reward for anything you do?
I never get to put anything in my resume. I never really get to use it in somewhere else to help boost my references, to help me progress in any way. And yes, yeah, I get to meet all these great people, but I'm never allowed to talk about it. I'm never allowed to that seems maddening to me. But the draw of having that full-time job as a writer, I feel like in any scenario, like that does win out for me. But that seems like a huge cost.
Yeah. Griffin.
Huh.
Oh, how about yourself? Would you take this wish?
No.
Oh.
Because I'm at the point where I think I can find a stable job eventually without it.
Okay.
I don't need it.
Look at you.
I'm confident enough.
Look at you.
I don't need this friggin' wish to help me.
Okay.
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make it happen on my own, and I'm not going to be a ghostwriter.
I'm going to...
Maddox.
No, I'm going to say I'm honestly leaning...
Campbell.
You can't use my name as your ghost name, all right? I don't want to be attributed to your writings.
You don't get to use a name.
I'm going to be Campbell Maddox.
No,
It's 2
they'll
last
think
names, I heard.
They'll think it was me. I'm going no as well, and I think the reason for it's tempting because it would be nice to have writing as the career instead of all of those side jobs that we already all do. But I think it's along Griffin's line, not necessarily the confidence, but just the guarantee that I can't. See, with the other ones we were talking about, there was still always the possibility that you would get famous or do your own work and rise above the minimum that the wish gives you. Mm-hmm. But yours is this locks you in of even if you rise above and write better than the minimum stable career, you'll still never get extra rewards fame-wise or prestige-wise.
You don't get the fame, prestige, but like you
could earn more money, I guess.
You could earn more money, and you could still do amazing, beautiful, fulfilling work. That's the draw for me. Is you could travel with Barack Obama around the world and ghost write his
or
biography.
Mitt Romney.
Or I didn't want to aim too high.
And we are officially gotten political.
No, but like you could have these incredible, fulfilling experiences and write some of the most beautiful stuff you've ever written and never be able to claim it. So like to me, yes, you don't get out of it. You don't get out of it because maybe you don't like you're still getting to do all those things that you would strive to do. You're just not getting the recognition.
Yeah, that actually that's moving me back the other way.
See?
Then she made it convincing.
Are you going to change it? Are you
That's
going
what
to
I've been trying
one.
to say, you guys. You thought it was all about vanity.
I guess for me, I mean, I like getting praise, and I do like talking about myself. I will admit all those. But I think for me, the bigger drive is I want to feel like I did cool stuff. Like I want to be able to feel that internally, that I feel proud of the stuff I did. So yeah, even if it's guaranteed at least that I can now have a stable career and I can at least focus on my work and my writing all the time, I think I would take the deal. Yeah, I don't need the credit as long as I can feel like I now have the opportunities and the time to do the stuff I always wanted to do.
That's fair. I'm still going to say no.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because that's still them telling me like what to write. I feel like I wouldn't like those constrictions. Like if you're a ghostwriter, you're underemployed.
I mean, but I don't think the wish is saying who you have to be ghostwriting for. Like you'd still have some discretion on who you pick.
It's true.
You'd have to write in their voice though. If you're ghostwriting for a specific person, unless you like it's all, could you just be under pseudonyms? And have it not be
it has to be ghostwriting.
Has to be
or I think that changes the scenario.
Attributed to someone else specifically. Yeah.
Yes.
It's absolutely uncredited. I think, and yeah, I do agree that like, yeah, you are also restricted to the idea of like, you still have to write within this voice. Like you're not, there are restrictions around stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what turns me off.
Yeah. Writing in someone else's voice is tricky.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a terrible voice. And no one wants to have to just do an entire 90-page novel about
It's the sound Irma's cat made when they found her.
What is the third and final sentence? Oh, by the way, it's a short article. Mm-hmm. The third and final sentence of this story to close out the episode.
Irma looked up from the dock and out to the sea and saw the cat. The cat was dead.
So it probably just fell through the broken dock.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Oh. All right, so we've gone and finished off our wishes. Yeah. So Shannon was a yes. Griffin was a no. I was a yes. Well, what about you, listeners? Would you take this wish? And if you have any other wishes of your own, please let us know.
Go to /812 cat.
I'll tell you the real website in the post roll. Just wait for the theme song's coming in now. There we go. Well, that's what we came up with, but we want to hear from you. Your wishes, your thoughts, whether you take this wish or not. You can find us on Twitter @breakawishpod, email breakawishpod@gmail.com, or join the Break-A-Wish discussion group on Facebook. You can support the show by writing a review, telling a friend, or donating on our website. Find all this information at breakawish.ca. Both Griffin Toplitsky and Shannon Lahaie are part of an improv group called The Kids Table, which you can follow on Facebook. They also each have their own podcast on the Sonar Network. Griffin's is called Killed to Death, and Shannon's is called Escapecapade. You can find both at thesonarnetwork.com. Also, if you're listening to this on the day it comes out, Monday, August 27th, get yourself to the Social Capital Theatre in Toronto. If you get there by 7 p.m., you can watch The Resistance Improvised, a show based on the board game of the same name, starring Shannon and some other past guests, and directed by me. Just $5 at the door. This is a Kicks and Giggles entertainment production hosted by Maddox Campbell, theme by Matthew Reed, cover art by Justin Langford, and a proud member of the Sonar Network. More podcasts at thesonarnetwork.com. Before I go, some wishes don't take a whole episode. I call these summary judgments. Malditang Mayora on Twitter asked, I wish some nights would never end. Well, then the people on the other side of the world would be stuck wishing for the night to begin. Plus, it would be rough on plants. So, what would you wish for?
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network. Sonar!
Escapecapade is an improvised escape the room podcast. I take two guests, trap them in a room, describe it to them in great detail, load it with puzzles, and then over the next 45 minutes, they can do whatever they want. You want to listen to two people fixate on a poster for 45 minutes? That's happened. Escapecapade episodes are released every other Tuesday and are available on thesonarnetwork.com. Just click on Escapecapade.
Hey,
Griffin
Steve
here.
don't turn this off yet.
You finally got to the good part where we tell you about our podcast.
It's called Killed to Death, and it's an improv podcast where we solve
Made up.
murders.
Not real ones. That'd be weird.
We've had so many great guests, lots of which have been on other Sonar shows like this one, like
Chris Locke,
Alistair Forbes,
Jackie Pierco,
Nicole Passmore,
Matt Folliott,
our friend Aiden,
3 different guys named Dave.
nobody named Lucas,
Sometimes you can hear the guys who live above us through the ceiling.
no ghosts,
Exclusively ghosts.
and so many more.
So check out the sonarnetwork.com/killedtodeath.
Killed to Death. It's usually less than an hour.